Welcome, everybody. It's the Nahu crew coming at you live on this COVID Hambletonian day. You know, there's one thing that we do, and that's go to the Hambletonian. But we can't this year. We can't go to the Hambletonian this year. So, we're going to bring you the broadcast live all day long. As you can see, race number 3 at the Meadowlands is getting ready to go to the gate. We punched some pick 5 tickets. I'm trying to beat Manchego here. There's a scratch
before. You're live on Facebook, Rod. I'm just saying.
What?
I'm sure you're live. You're not on Facebook right now.
Yeah, that's because it's a delay.
Yeah, we're live. Okay. Well, it's not showing up. I'm just trying to make sure we're good here.
But they are going to the gate for race number 3, so we can check that out. Ray, you going to call it?
Of course I'm going to call it.
Ray's going to call race 3 at the Meadowlands. Here we go. Hold on. Hold on. There we go. Well, the quality went down, but we still got video.
And you can hear me perfectly fine. All right. Field lining up here. 1-9 favorite, the 5 Manchego. Field of 6, scratch down to a field of 5 for the John Steele Memorial in motion at the start, off and trotting. When Doves Cry, quickest away for Dave Miller. Inside goes Plunge Blue Chip. Princess Deo then from the pylon post protects position, gets away third to the first turn, while the favorite Manchego floats into 4th. Last of all, then Kenzie Sky Hanover as the field of 5 spreads out about 6 lengths to the first quarter. In behind, Plunge Blue Chip. And Ox Fenstead, the margin over When Doves Cry, about a length and a half. Princess Deo tries to tighten from 3rd through a 26-4 first quarter. Manchego and Dunn now edge outside from 4th, make their move towards the lead as they come up towards 3/8 and approaching the half-mile mark. Manchego from 4th into 3rd, up to 2nd, and challenging Plunge Blue Chip to then take the lead. As they move up the backside and towards the far turn, Fenstead will yield with Plunge Blue Chip and settle into the pocket, while When Doves Cry sits 3rd through a 54 3/2. 27-4 that second quarter to the far turn. Manchego dictates the terms. Plunge Blue Chip a little rough there in 2nd. Fenstead holding her together as When Doves Cry tips out from 3rd for Miller. Then behind, Princess Deo catches that cover, while Kenzie Sky Hanover takes the short route 3 lengths off the lead. Manchego to 3/4, maintaining control by a neck. When Doves Cry bearing down on the world champion, while Plunge Blue Chip sits tight in 3rd. 123 for 3/4 into the stretch of the John Steele Memorial. Manchego trying to turn away When Doves Cry. Plunge Blue Chip sneaking through a seam at the inside. When Doves Cry overpowers Manchego and takes the lead. Plunge Blue Chip now flies through past Manchego, trying to get to When Doves Cry in that final 16th. When Doves Cry holding on to win the John Steele by a half length. Plunge Blue Chip 2nd. Manchego settles for 3rd in 1:50-3.
Bang, bang. That's how you start the pick 5.
It makes sense, too, that because, for people who have been following the age mare division, Manchego's been really good, but at the same time, When Doves Cry's only had, 3 starts this year already? Yeah, she's only raced twice. This was her 3rd start. She was really good last out. And if anyone was going to beat Manchego, it was the most logical other horse.
Yeah, I went too deep there, using the 3 and 5.
What a weird mile by Plunge Blue Chip, though. She had a bit at the end. You have to wonder if Ock raced her aggressively, if she would really do much of it. We're still not on. I'm just, I don't know what we're doing, but we're not on. Just letting you know. We could keep this going, or we could fix it. I don't know what we're doing. I see it on YouTube, at least.
We're on YouTube.
We might be live on YouTube, but we're certainly not on Facebook.
So Periscope should be going live right now. Facebook, it says sending data, so I don't know what's going on there.
Yeah, a lot of the infrastructure has been changing since everything shutting down and a lot more live streaming happening and flooding the servers, there's also a lot of changes happening since all these streaming services are now being called up to Capitol Hill. So they're kind of like playing with a lot of the metadata and garbage like that.
I'm reconnecting Facebook, so we'll be live on there very shortly.
Meantime, it was what did When Doves Cry go up?
9 to 2.
Really?
So we should be live on Twitter now.
I cannot get into the site either, so if you can embed it, Mike, that would be greatly appreciated. That's NahooPicks.com.
Well, yeah, I mean, normally we do that with the Facebook feed, which isn't up, so.
I mean, I have the YouTube one, if you want to use that.
Let me see some.
When Doves Cry, of course, now in the barn of Brett Pelling, who I can't recall ever having a ton of trotting prospects, if any.
No, he's always had a lot of pacers.
Getting more powerful here recently. All of a sudden.
I mean, Pelling was always good.
See, now we're live on Facebook as well. We got it all straightened out.
I mean, yeah, Pelling was powerful even before he left the States to go back to Australia. He just was always concentrated on pacers, because I mean that's just the Australian thing. You don't see a ton of trainers come from Aussie land to train trotters. They mostly have pacers. I mean, recent years they've been expanding a bit more to trotters. Like Muscle Hill's been going down under. Sebastian K was down under before he died. I think last week, like a week or two ago. Got colic.
By the way, we do have a guest coming on already. Straight from Minnesota. His name is Darren Gagne. Can you hear us?
Nice.
Yeah. What's up, guys?
Darren G, what's up, man?
How you doing?
How are you doing?
How you doing?
How are you doing?
Nice to see you come back out of retirement.
As a bristling and husky 21-year-old, I thought it was time to get off the shelf. Certainly, it's great to be back, especially for this day from home.
Big day.
Is Aces racing today? No, they can't be racing today.
We are racing.
Oh, you are.
They are racing.
Oh, wow.
Full card. It's actually a really good betting card over at Running Aces too.
Yes. Not bad. Pretty good card.
I found it extremely difficult. Very difficult today.
Yeah. That is what I'm hearing across the board. Pretty much everybody feels that way. Yeah.
I did like in the next to last race. I have a 20-1 shot picked on top. 20-1 morning line picked on top on NahooPicks.com. If you're looking for prices.
Yeah, you got a few prices up there today. That's could be a day of upsets at the Meadowlands too. We see Manchego get beat there.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's not out of the realm of possibility either, because we saw the miles Manchego put in, especially going 149 in Plain Ridge a couple weeks ago. If she was going to bounce, it seemed like today was the day.
Yeah, it's got to take a toll at some point, putting out those kind of performances week after week. So yeah, makes sense.
I was going to say too, you're saying the Aces card is hard, but has anyone there looked at the Oaks? You could talk about the Hambo all day long. I think the Oaks is next to the San McKee is probably the best betting race on the day.
Yeah, I agree. That's a tough race for sure.
Every horseman I've talked to this week about the Oaks and such, like, I talked to Marcus, and, like, of course Marcus is confident. He has the best horse in the race, but he has the toughest spot in the race too. And everyone else is like this mixture of confident and hesitant to be confident because of just how much uncertainty comes with getting into that first turn. It's a really tough race to handicap trip-wise, and I'm I'm curious, Darren, if you see anyone like outside of the ordinary. I'm talking like outside Sorella, outside Hypnotic AM. Because it feels like it could be one of those years where it's a bold and fresh winning the Oaks.
Yeah, well, I mean, I don't know if it's going to be that extreme. I mean, there's certainly, I like May Baby a lot, and I wound up picking a horse for second, but underneath Hypnotic AM, but I agree with you. It's very tough. You can make a case for a lot of these fillies in there, and I'm going to be rooting for May Baby with those little bit of running aces connections with J.D. Yoder, having raced here for several seasons, and so we got to know J.D. and Cheyenne pretty good out here, so we'll definitely be rooting for them. And then, of course, his dad's got Reba Blue Chip. I think she's got more of an outside chance than May Baby, but it'll be interesting.
I mean, you also got the handle on in the background, so I imagine you got to have some horse you really like today.
Well, like I said, the May Baby is the one I'm really looking at. That I think she's going to be there somewhere on the board, and I think she's going to add value. So that's the race that I'm playing the most on the Meadowlands card today, is the Oaks. And as you said, it's very, very deep and very wide open. And I mean, I don't think we're going to see some kind of an absolute bomb in there, but I think we could see one of these value horses get it. There's no cinch in there. There's no lock for sure. I mean, second tier for Hypnotic AM. I mean, we've seen some big performances off the second tier on Hambletonian Day. There's no question about that, but it's still a tough spot to start from. There's a lot of things that could go wrong. So, yeah, that's the race for me. Definitely the Oaks today.
And you said you're going to be betting it the most. Like, what? How much money are we talking, Darren? How much narrow are you putting down?
We're not going crazy. We're not going crazy. No, we're definitely spending more than a Ray Catolo type of budget on it.
That's true. It's easy to do, though, when the budget averages below zero.
Ray's the guy at the racetrack asking for $1.50 so he can make a $1.60 bet.
I told Rod this the other day. So in my long history in this sport, I've only done this one time. Chimpanzee in the Empire Breeders' Classic a couple years ago. That was last year. He was 1-9, and I thought, you know what? Screw it. I bet $20 on him to get $1 back. You just reminded me of that story.
Did you really do that?
You had to work really hard for that dollar, huh?
I was sweating way more than I did Hambo Day, and it was like 90 degrees.
I've been around racing all my life, and it's more years than I care to count at this point. But I will never understand those types of bets. People going all in on that on 1-9 shots to get so little back for so much risk. It just has always blown my mind.
The McDouble afterwards, though, was
the best McDouble you ever had, right?
Oh, hands down.
Cool.
Brutal.
It's the only thing I could afford after that.
No, with the running aces card, Darren, give us a little insight on the card for today.
Well, as we said, I mean, some of these races are tough. I went against a couple of favorites. I mean, for me, one of the key races is going to be race 5 because I'm giving a slight nod to Bunker Hill Phil. I mean, this horse is just he's right there with It's a Mark's World every weekend. He was able to turn the tables on him like 4 or 5 starts back. So, he was very impressive in that second last time out as well. I mean, he put in a huge mile. I'm giving the slight edge to Bunker Hill Phil this weekend. A little part of the reason that I was doing that is that It's a Mark's World originally had post 9, but there was a scratch inside the field before scratch time, so it moves into post 8. But we saw him get beat out of post 8 by Bunker Hill Phil the last time he was that far out on the gate. So we'll see. So that's one of the races. Some of these races are really tough. Like race 8, as you mentioned, you put a huge long shot on top, and I certainly can understand it because I looked at that race for a very long time. So there are definitely some races in here where you can make some money if you can beat the favorites, and I think there's some big chances to beat the favorites today.
Yeah, I totally agree with you. The card sets up. I mean, the way the races in particular just set up, it favors some prices to get there, and some of the horses that are racing today, you know, obviously they race every week, but you guys change things up a little bit, and you've got some bigger fields. You've got more competitive fields, I think, because those horses that were 1 to 5, 1 to 9 earlier in the meet, they've kind of run out of those classes, and now they're in with tougher horses, so it evens these fields out big time.
I agree with that. And even starting out in the first race, it's a little bit intriguing to me. I was really impressed with Trouble Times 2 last time out, so I wound up putting that horse on top. I've seen it, and this is an 0 for 26 horse, and I very rarely would ever pick an 0 for 26 horse, but that's the best mile. I've seen every one of the 26 races from this horse. That's the best race I've ever seen out of that horse. And then Promising Flame is the horse that you put on top, Rod. The only question I have for that horse is 27 days since we last saw the horse.
Right.
Just a second lifetime start. Although it was very good, and what we've seen from the horse so far, the qualifier in that first start, were both good. I'm just questioning the 27 days. That's the only thing on that horse. And Sierra Mystique, I thought that horse should win both of the last two times out, and just didn't get there. And just that being a little bit too far back factor may be part of it as well.
Yeah, I totally agree. I think Sierra Mystique is the best horse in the race, but the way that Cutting is driven her the last couple starts, I just don't trust that horse to be anywhere near at the top of the stretch.
I agree. That's the concern with that one. So yeah. So I was so impressed. I mean, I don't know if you picked up on the effort by Trouble Times 2 last time. I thought it was, like I said, really good. I thought he was up on the best race I've seen of that horse career-wise. So got the nod for me.
Yeah, I did like that effort last time, but the horse seems very hit or miss, just kind of there and then not there. So, but I do like the horse, and I wouldn't tell anybody not to bet that horse against that field.
Yeah, I think the livers are taking some stabs today as far as our picks wise goes. Wings picking Nunya on top there in the first race. I think the horse is going to be a long shot based on the two races we've seen at Aces from the horse. It hasn't been that impressive to me.
Right. So we know you got to get rolling here in a couple minutes. Running Aces starts in about 40 minutes here at 2 o'clock Eastern. But looking at this field, they're out post parading for race 4 at the Meadowlands, which is the Continental Victory. Who do you like in here? Give us a price. Don't give us the favorite.
All right, let's see what we can do for you. Is it going to be a day of upsets? That's the question.
I think so.
Last race,
I like how Darren says that as like a discount dentist. You need that molar removed? Well, I'll see what I can do about that.
Let's see what we can do. I like the one horse. Is that going to be a favorite?
No, he's 9 to 1.
Yeah.
I also like that horse.
Yeah.
I don't.
Last time out, and seems to be getting better and better. So draws the inside again. I mean, Andy Miller, why not?
I know we posed that to you, Darren, but I pose this to you. Sweet Shirley May is 9 to 1 right now. Okay, the 7th horse. And here, just to sell you on this one, same price as Queso Fresco. Queso Fresco coming out of that Stallion series and from Canada and such. The horses she faced in the Stallion series not that good. Sweet Shirley May was second last time while gaining ground to Dune Hill. She romped last night in the Continental Victory. And then 2 starts ago, Sweet Shirley May is third to who? Salisbury Hill in the Oaks, Sister Sledge in the Hambo. This is her 4th start of the year, and she's the same price, man. She's the same price.
Yeah, I mean, I like that horse a little bit as well. I looked at that horse quite a bit. Landed on the inside with Team Orange Crush, though. We'll see. But definitely a player as well, the 7, I think.
I will tell you that the
5 to 1 on Sweet Shirley May. 10 to 1 is ridiculous on this filly.
I would agree with you.
Especially after last night. After Dune Hill won the way she did last night.
I'll tell you
this
what,
horse
though,
has a class.
Jeff is on the 3 here. Lindy Stardust, off a really good effort last time. 4th, beating a length and a half or so, or beating a length. Getting some equipment
There's
adjusted.
a nice maiden race for that horse somewhere, I'm sure. Rod, I'm not sure.
Hey, the horse raced really good last time.
This horse is 4 to 1 in this race. If you want to take 4 to 1 on this horse,
On a 52 trotter in this race?
9 to 1 on Sweet Shirley May.
I mean, the horse just trotted in 52, running horses over last week.
I understand that, but that's just, I mean,
They went 54 to the half.
that's way too low.
A
That's way too
mule off of that pace could come home in 27.
Yeah.
I think
But-
4 to 1's way too low.
But Darren has to leave here in about. A couple minutes. But Darren, give us a little bit of value, your best value on the running aces card today.
My best value on the running aces card.
You have national anthem here in like 6 minutes.
I
And he's got to
don't know
sing
how-
it. He's got to do the vocal warm-ups.
I don't know how much value it's going to be, but I really like Glitter and Ginger in the second. If the horse goes off 6 or 7 to 1, like I think it might, I think that's very good value for that horse. We'll see.
All right,
6
Darren,
to
we'll let
1
you get
would
to
be
work.
Very, very good on that horse.
Yeah, I agree. I like that horse a little bit too. I thought that was another tough race. So
It is.
Does the 7 get bet in there? I mean, that's the whole key to the race. I think the 9's going to get bet, but the 7, if that horse is sub, 2 to 1, that's going to inflate the prices on everything else.
Absolutely. I looked at the 7 a lot. I looked at this race a lot, and definitely a huge drop for the 7. But I even went back and looked at some of that horse's races last year. I didn't have a lot. I just couldn't grab on anything where. I think this is a horse that just sucks along. That's my impression.
makes sense.
So I think 7's going to get way over bet, and that's why I landed on the 9, and I think the 9 will have some value. But I do have qualifier horses coming out, so I do have to run, guys. Have a great Hambo day, and hope you can cash on some upset winners.
All right, thanks,
A
Darren.
lot on Sweet Shirley May. Thank you, Darren.
See you, Darren. Thanks.
And you're holding at 9 to 1. There you go.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Have a great Hambo day.
Thanks.
You have a great day, man.
See you later.
I've been in this business a long time, and there've only been like 2 occasions where I bet $10 on a horse. I'm so freaking confident, Sweet Shirley. 7 to 1 is. I'll still take 7 to 1.
Well, the money's coming now.
She should be the favorite. She, just off of those lines, is the best overlay in this race. If I don't
All right,
bet
Ray, I
anything
think-
else today,
Ray,
I'm
you
betting-
convinced me. Now I'm going to stop this horse cold.
she's gonna drop to 4 to 1.
I don't know. I'm not too keen on.
Rod, do you see the horses she lost to? Did you watch Dune Hill last night?
Well,
Dune Hill's a really good sire stakes horse.
I'm hoping you're wrong because I'm on the win end.
I also
and
like the 1.
and-
Else.
I'm 4
I
deep into
can't-
pick 5. So
I cannot take a Stallion Series horse when there is Pennsylvania Sire Stakes class.
Rod, who do you have in pick 5? Let us know.
I have 1, 3, 4, and 9 here.
Ooh, no 7. Oh, no.
I see why now. I see why Rod is scared. He didn't look at the lines. He didn't.
Yeah.
Well,
He
I'm
didn't
just
see who
gonna
she lost to.
yeah.
I don't like
I'm
the
just
9
gonna
at all.
save myself the misery and put $2 to win on the 7. No chance now.
Yay!
You should bet it up to get your pick 5 money back.
No chance. That horse is done.
All right, they're lining up. 3 to 1 here on the 8, Sans Defoe. Also 3 to 1, the 3, Lindy Stardust, going for her first win. Field of 9 for the Continental victory. In line, in behind, in motion, and approaching the start. Off and trotting, Sans Defoe time the gate, dashes from the outside. Lindy Stardust goes on a gallop, so Witchy Woman to her outside will move towards the front with Queso Fresco towards the pylons into that first turn. Witchy Woman clears Queso Fresco. Dip Me Hanover now sent by Dave Miller up towards the lead, up into second, and venturing uncovered towards the front, tracked by the favorite Sans Defoe heading to the first quarter. Fashion Charmer away fifth, Muscles and Mascara sixth, then Sweet Shirley May races seventh, Caviar Ava's eighth, and completing the pack long ways back then to the early breaker Lindy Stardust. 27-1 first quarter, Sans Defoe now brushing past Dip Me Hanover to clear command into the backside. Witchy Woman sits in third with Queso Fresco fourth. Out from the back then comes Sweet Shirley May. Tetrick sends that one with no cover, tracked by Caviar Ava. They move from seventh now into sixth as they come up towards the half, chasing Sans Defoe and Matt Kakaley through a 55-4 half. 28-3 that second quarter to the far turn. Sans Defoe leads Dip Me Hanover by a length and a quarter, but here comes Sweet Shirley May, ranging up towards the leader, heading towards three quarters. Caviar Ava carried into contention. She's now up into fourth, about 2 lengths off the lead. Witchy Warmer trails the pack, three-quarter bound. Sans Defoe now enduring pressure from Sweet Shirley May.